Anyone that follows Ark Invest knows that they are very bullish when it comes to Square. After all, the stock is in ARKF, ARKW, and ARKK. From its merchant business to Cash App, there are many reasons to love the company, but it's not a brokerage firm first and foremost. Just days after its direct listing, and Coinbase is already into the very same ARKF, ARKW, and ARKK. So in this video, I'm going to run through some Ark Invest trading activity and hypothesize as to whether Coin is replacing SQ as Ark's finance poster child. Let's go. To be clear, there is absolutely room for both companies in Ark's funds. That's what Ark Invest is all about, finding the best public businesses and compiling them based on theme into a given ETF. As it stands currently, Square is Ark's third largest holding at a weight of 5.54%, and Coinbase, having just been added, is at a much lower 17th ranking at 1.89% ownership. Personally, I think Coinbase will be rising in the rankings over time as Ark gets the chance to add. So let's take a look at the official holdings of both Square and Coinbase for some historical context. So here we are on Kathy's Ark looking at the combined holdings of Coinbase. Of course, Coinbase just went public, so we don't have that much data, but over the last 12 days, we have seen Ark has been adding continuously, starting at 750,000 shares, and now they are up to a total of 2.4 approximately million shares. And that weight in the portfolio has been rising accordingly from about 0.5% all the way up to where it stands now, around 1.3%. So you will see these are all the buys. The very first being ARKF going right into the finance, then W the internet, and then K the innovation. And they've just been adding to all three. The most recent coming on Friday the 23rd for some more for ARKK. And if we move on over to Square, this is what prompted me to make the video here. The purple data points are the number of shares that Ark Invest holds of Square, and it has really fallen off more recently. You'll also see the yellow there. That's when Square hit a bit of a peak, which was the 13th, a day before Coinbase's direct listing. And then the 14th, you'll see ever since, Square's share price has dropped, and Ark Invest's share ownership has also dropped from about 10 million shares on the 13th of April all the way down to 8.3 million shares just a couple weeks later. If we switch on over to the weight in portfolio, we will see something very similar, 5.42% down to 4.29%. And I'd say this move is not meaningless. There is something behind it. Ark would not drop one of its highest conviction plays for no reason. So let's take a look at the trades here. We'll expand that, and going to the top, we'll look at April 12th is when they started to sell. Everything before that, pretty much just regular activity. But they've been starting to sell. They started in ARKK, then ARKF, then ARKW, and they've been selling since April 12th, all the way until now, basically. Look at that huge selling block. This is actually big activity right here, because you'll see everything before is a buy. Got some sells there, of course, that's more or less just general activity. But why would Ark be selling these huge blocks of Square when the market is more or less moving sideways? Because remember, if we switch back over to shares held, Square stock has pretty much been moving sideways, down and then just sideways, and Ark is still selling. You'll see the decline there. This is because I believe they are transitioning some of that Square ownership into ownership of Coinbase because the two companies overlap. And that's what you're seeing in some of this selling activity and what has prompted me to make this video, to point this out. In conclusion, I wanted to make this quick video to voice my opinion that I think Coinbase will, over time, be taking more and more of the finance glory away from Square. They aren't directly competing per se, but they do overlap somewhat in the products and services they offer with their platforms. It's worth noting that Coinbase has almost double the number of users and is a leader in its niche of cryptocurrency. That's not to say that Cash App isn't great in its own right, but I think Ark Invest is looking for truly transformative companies. Square is just that, but Coinbase might be even more, especially when it comes to this era of crypto. Only time will tell, and I certainly don't think Square will drop below Coinbase in Ark's rankings anytime soon, but I do think Ark might continue to sell SQ to fund coin purchases as they see fit. Now let me know what you think. Do you disagree? Leave a comment. Until next time.